Morning. It's a very good day, very nice day. Is Friday like? It's like not Friday, but tomorrow is Friday, but today is like a Friday. It's like, ooh, tomorrow is my adventure day. For some reason, I don't know. I feel, or maybe it's the coffee. Maybe the coffee. And I have some leftover energy drink from yesterday. And yesterday I was so pumped. And after like this half thing, it's like rain energy. I don't know what the heck is that, but it says it has 180 milligrams of caffeine. Caffeine. And do I need any drugs? No. This is a good crap. A bit poisoning maybe, but gets me going, and I'm excited. Yesterday I've been to a very interesting job, but interesting for me. Like probably other people say, yeah, it's like my old job or something. But for me, it was new. I learned something. Like it was a bump into my learning experience, and I loved it. It was a project that I completed. I did work sometime for that project. Was I learned by myself, and you see, my coffee is like I'm like a light bulb. So, some thoughts. Why some people can't be healed, right? So, I went to 2 Facebook groups about healing and this type of stuff, like healing with remote energy. Because you can't, it's Facebook and the people are all over the place and can't really connect with those people otherwise than remotely. And like hundreds and thousands of people are connected to those groups. Why? Because they believe in such thing. They believe in it. Otherwise, people would not make up that type of group. And I'm looking at I'm reading like as a side person without getting involved, and I'm looking at, and I see people asking for healing. They don't say, I need a remote healing. I ask for prayer. My mom is very sick. My dog is very sick. I need healing, please, for myself. I have this type of pain, and all those things. And people believe in that. Otherwise, if they don't believe, they would not ask for it. Of course, some people just hope because they tried this and tried that. So I'm reading stories. People post about their experiences with doctors. Doctors could not do anything. Experiences with different pharmaceuticals and stuff. Also, I did record a couple of thoughts when I read about few people who are into sort of magic stuff, energy stuff. They also get sick or are sick. So I don't know which one was first. It's like those people were not well, and maybe mentally first or something, and they attracted certain energies. I'm sure if you are not open to this type of thinking, you would say I'm stupid, crazy, whatever. That's okay. So maybe they attracted those type of energies, and they got sick. Then they went into healing and this type of thinking. Or maybe they tried healing to help others, like they tried to practice this one, and they were not knowledgeable enough to protect themselves. Because from what I understood from other people's stories, not their explanation, so I'm not paying attention to what people explain, but I connect the dots and I read people experiences, and then I'm kind of paying attention to those who, for me, have some higher level of knowledge because of their practice. If you don't practice, you don't learn. And I'm looking at those who are dedicated to this thing, and I'm thinking, okay, this person is just a practitioner, like is just taking some methods that work, apply, and okay, does the healing or does the energy work or does some sort of I don't know, good stuff, bad stuff, and or is a person who understands, because I haven't met someone or encounter someone who really understand what's going on. They take all knowledge and they kind of reshare, apply, use, but someone who understands, it's a field of knowledge that those who know don't really post internet posts. That, you know, internet, it takes you away from that stuff, so you won't waste time on the internet talking to people, sharing stuff. That's a kind of an old knowledge, and you keep it the way it is. You don't mix it with the internet, gadgets, cell phones, and all that stuff. And I know from my experience, when I look at or I feel my sense of being connected to the something, when I am more focused on the internet, or if I disconnect from that connection, it's a connection that could be just in my mind. So it could be a state of mind, but it's like okay, I think I'm pretty. Okay, that's a state of mind. I think I'm pretty. So if someone can set a thinking, a set of mind that tells themselves, I am beautiful, I am smart, or something, yeah, that's okay, you know. Can let me see, I cannot turn left. Nice, okay. I expected I'm going to turn left here. I'm supposed to get to a customer, but yeah. And I might have to get through here. And I need to squeeze through a narrow, crowded neighborhood full of bumps. Yeah, so in my case, I'm not one of those thinking, oh, you know what, I'm connected, I'm a spiritual person. No, it's not like that. At first I sense, I monitor myself with an open mind. It's not like, oh yeah, I think I feel I'm like spiritual or something. Then it's like a self-suggestive thought. And then my mind gets kind of wrapped around that thought, it amplifies some emotions, and then I make myself think, oh yes, I think I feel it. It's like, ooh, yeah, that's actually what it is. No, it's not like that. So I disconnect myself from my thinking, and I'm looking at the thoughts from outside the box. It might require some training for that, like, but since I was a kid, I played with the mind and with the thoughts. Okay, am I a human? Am I an alien? Am I what? And what's that? Oh, it's a hand. Ooh, looks weird or something. So I disconnected from my own past experience, like my human experience that tells me who I am, how I think, or something. No, I said, okay, I'm not human. I don't know how to explain it. So I detached myself from my whole me. Now, going back to 9 minutes 28, I recorded already. Going back to the same idea, the healing. So I jumped from one thing, but it's I don't know, I'm trying to connect to make the story make sense, or my self-talk or something make sense. So I have I need to also pay attention to traffic. pay attention to the time because there is a customer waiting for me. It's a sort of a government agency, and it's a cool project, but yeah. Wow, it's a jet that flies so fast and so low. Wow, I haven't seen one flying that fast. What the heck is that? Or maybe because he's that small. That's a private jet. It's taking a bank of 30 something degrees and it's flying like 200 something knots, but because it's low, it's like, wow, that's weird. Usually they are not allowed to fly faster than 200 knots here in this airspace in Vancouver. So 200 knots is like almost 400 kilometer an hour. And so healing sites or healing Facebook groups, I'm looking at those people and they want healing or stuff, and I try to help few with emotional advice, because I'm not good at remote healing. I tried things and I noticed I got feedback that works from people I know, but I am not one who practice these things. I don't have training. It's like a self-taught. And you need to have feedback. So if you want to try remote healing, someone has to tell you, you know what, yeah, I feel better today, or yeah, things like that. And I provided some sort of emotional support, and I look at the people who ask for this type of healing and their willingness to work on themselves, because some people are just looking for a good listener. I mean, not some, that's the topic I'm trying to talk about. Most people are not looking for working on themselves. Most people are in for a year. They are looking for a year, a person who is a good listener. And most people pretend because they have their own trouble. So if someone is connected or connecting with people who suffer or who have some emotional or trauma or something, generally those who connect, they have their own trouble. Because they connect because they understand and they think, oh, you know what, I know the suffering and I want to help, or I want to be a good listener. I want to help this person because I understand that. That's why they connect. But people who are in good state of health and mind, you know, they are tuned into similar type of people, and they don't really connect with those who have who are drug addicts, who have big life troubles and stuff like that, depression, anxiety, and all those things. So it's not because they are afraid of something, but you know, they maintain their mental health and stuff by connecting with different type of people, and it might be by choice, or maybe just like okay, I don't feel like talking to this woman who is always suffering or complaining or something. I feel like talking to those happy dudes or happy chicks or whatever, and they connect with healthy minds, which generally are leading or moving healthy bodies. And this type of people, they tune to each other with similar folks, and they stay healthy. So that's one of the reasons you will see the drug addicts, they kind of gather in clusters. They live in clusters in certain areas because they tune in with similar type of minds and similar type of energies. Mind is an energy. Now, these people who are listeners, maybe they are actively listening, or maybe they just say, you know what, yeah, let me give this person a shoulder to cry on because I understand or something, and I have like 10 minutes to listen. Some people are like that. Some people are really involved into the conversation and are really listening, pay attention. And those who share the stories, I've been to that point when I I was looking to share. Right now, if I just talk, it's not like I'm trying to share for a year to listen. No, I'm sharing knowledge. Yeah, so even I talk about my see ads. Oh yeah, toxic drugs circulating, like a huge ad, like a huge LED panel, because it's a big problem here in British Columbia. Toxic drugs, like people have trouble, and they think ingesting a substance will help them with that pain and suffering. Could be a temporary relief. I don't know. I don't do drugs because I have other ways to make myself feel good, and I feel good, and I'm healthy. I'm not complaining. So why I need to poison my body? But lots of people do, because they have no knowledge how to deal with their mind, and they listen to the body. And I mentioned in different other recording, they listen to their body that is crying. So they neglect their body. The body is crying and it needs some relief, some good feeling. And these people who don't love themselves, they listen to the body and they give the body some substance or something. Shut up and give me some pleasure. I'm too tired and I'm too sick to look after you, which is the body. It's like they think, oh, it's me, right? But two entities, the mind and the body, and the body is very intelligent and knows when to ask stuff and knows how to repair itself. But still, it's the mind is the boss, and it's not here. The mind is not here. That's why it is a different topic. The mind is everywhere. It's an energy that, and it's kind of encapsulated, embedded into this human body that it takes care of, and they work with each other. The body takes the mind places where the mind wants. It's like the horse with the rider, right? That's like a different topic. I talked about it. It's like it's up to you. You don't have to believe that. It's a bullshit. It's like my fantasy is like okay, that guy is crazy. Anyway, so these people who are looking for listeners, yes, if you give them an advice how to fix their lives, they will not listen. Why? Because they are looking for a listener. And why that? Because they are seeking a comfort. They are seeking a good feeling. So if you give them an advice, the advice will make them work. And working on their body and the mind is not something that they want, because there's no pleasure. Unless you find a way to work with the body and get pleasure at the same time. There are lots of ways, but people don't know those ways. So since they don't know those ways and tricks, how you work on your mind and feel good at the same time, because I found it, right? And then they think, that's the way you are supposed to, like, you have to work, meditate, work on your habits, have some discipline and stuff like that. So that's kind of enforcing. So who in the world wants to go by the rules, enforcing themselves, keeping themselves away from feeling good? Because in their mind they associated this mental effort to get out of the hole and the journey of healing with some effort, and they don't want that. They want good feeling. So if you want to give someone who's in search for healing, or who is in pain, maybe the person doesn't even know that the person needs emotional healing. Because they are so focused on dealing with the body pain, body suffering, or maybe mental suffering. So mental suffering, and at some point we'll get to the body suffering, like a physical ailment. And now you can have people who have two types, like dealing with the mental suffering, emotional suffering, lack of self-love, lack of love from others, because people generally end up isolated from good vibes. So they end up into a hole, surrounded by people who are all ill, sick, mentally busted, all that. The cops are catching some kids in a sports car speeding probably on the George High, like here on this highway. And yeah, lots of people seeking pleasure, different means, driving fast. So I done that. Of course, I'm a human. But I learn, okay, what I'm looking into this experience when I'm driving fast, okay, is that a good adrenaline feeling or something? Okay, yeah, it's all right. But why I'm looking for that feeling? Maybe it's something is missing, like a piece is missing in my soul, in my mind, that makes me seek those experiences. Like those people who seek chemicals like pills, because something is missing, and they want a repair. And some people don't even think of repair. They just look for an emotions, okay, because something is missing. Like I'm hungry for something. And in the past, I posted videos. People are hungry for love, and if they don't get the love, they are looking into like a good listener, comfort food, booze, chemicals like drugs, pharmaceuticals, stuff like that deals with that lack of thing and gives them some sort of a betterment, like a comfort, something that makes them like less crappy. But they don't know the ways, and people are always seeking, are smart creatures, and they always seek, okay, how to do this and that, and yeah, some people do high adrenaline sports. I do a high adrenaline sports, but it doesn't mean I was seeking for like crazy or shit like that. No, myself, I was looking for a learning experience. Yeah, so that's kind of the talk. I'm almost at the customer. Those who are into pain and suffering, they will not accept. They will not accept your, let's say, advice, medical advice. Oh yeah, you know what? I know you are kind of you are not eating right. You are eating junk food, like a comfort food. I think you have some emotional trouble or something. That's why you eat comfort food all the times. Ooh. No, those people don't need that, because they know you disconnect them from the current pleasure they found. So if they found like a comfort food as a fix, you can't disconnect them, because it's like taking that pleasure away that is fixing their need for emotion, for good feeling, for self-love or something. So I see teenagers going to school with a cup of Coca-Cola or something, like a beverage, some crap like that, that is not only poisoning their bodies with chemicals and sugar, but also affecting health, like teeth, and it's not something good. But you see them like going, it looks like a social habit, because everyone does that, so they copy. Like it used to be smoking was a social habit. People copy in search for acceptance, social status, or be connecting with others, pretending they are trying to be something who they are not, like the kids, the teens who are trying to become adults before their times or something, things like that. This is not really a body need. Same thing with drinking Coke, and now vaping, and all these social things. People do this type of stuff, but lots of them actually, especially those Instagram people, people who become so popular, they actually lead others into this type of bad habits. I need to turn somewhere here. So these people are influencers, and they do have their own emotional trauma. That's why they seek acceptance, significance, popularity, and of course it's very easy now these days to become one of the popular person on the internet. Oh yeah, I have like a million subscribers, million followers, or something like that. And I'm looking at this person, let's say, someone who does skydiving for popularity, not for themselves. Like those who post all the time, this is me jumping here. Yeah, they do interesting stuff. But if I look deeper, why? And I look how they react to their followers' posts and stuff like that. So they love it, and they seek that type of emotional love from their followers, and that's why they keep posting. And now followers, they say, you know what? Yeah, he does that. He does drugs. He does booze and all that. Yeah, so that's kind of my take. So I'm here. I have to let you go. See you later. Bye bye.